tapping. We consciously free. Rise up, tapping. It's domesticated me. We rise, we heal. We consciously be. No labels, just growth. Domesticated me. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate. Rise up, tap in. We consciously free. Rise up, tap in. It's domesticating me.
Hey, Pat.
We rise, we heal.
Hey, Chad. Hey, Chad. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I just really wanted to jump on here and chat about alignment. Chat about alignment. Chat about whether or not are you truly in alignment. You know, I hear a lot of people always talk about how what y'all hearing in the background, that lick, 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 lick. Everybody that know it's Kush. Hey, Nia. Nia, welcome in, friend. I wanted to kind of just jump on here today and really talk about alignment. To me, it is becoming very interesting that we still have so many people in the world that truly has not understood that they are who they say they are, you know? And so, oh, you went running today? Let's go. You look, you ain't tried to do nothing. You did it. You did it. You did it. I didn't see that comment for a minute. You did it. You know, jog, walk. Okay, the first thing I need to say about your body or whatever the case may be, because I'm at the, you know, I walk every day. But one of the things that we need to understand about our body is that walking is underrated, y'all. We think that a simple 30 minutes of walking, of brisk walking, is just nothing. Like you ain't did nothing. You've done something. So just imagine if you take and commit yourself to doing 30 minutes to an hour a day. What does that help with? That helps with your alignment. Because at that time, your heart is pumping. You know what I'm saying? You got time to, if you out there walking, you got time to really look at the nature of everything. You got time to be like, look at nature, look at the birds, look at the butterflies. You got time to see the synchronicities in that private time. Like you, and it's underrated for your health. You don't need to go to the gym and get on none of them machines if you're willing to walk about an hour a day. 30 minutes in the afternoon and 30 minutes in the morning, or whatever you can fit into your schedule. Or guess what? Simply walking in place in the house, that works too. But the reason why you want to get outside is that so you can be intentional about getting in alignment. Right, Nia? You can be intentional about getting in alignment because nature is part of your alignment. Today I went and we was walking around the park, and it was one of the first times I seen a group of ladies doing this. There's this tree in the park, y'all. And this tree is my friend. And y'all say, "Oh, this tree is her friend." Yes, this tree is my friend. When I ask that tree for a dap, I get a dap. That's the homie. And recently, this tree was vandalized, so it's got all kind of paint on it and stuff like that. So we talked about that, and that the beauty is still within you, tree. Don't worry, they done put paint on you, but the beauty is still in you. And so today, when I was walking past this tree, there were three ladies and they was grounding with the tree. They was hugging it, they was grounding with it, and what putting themselves in a space of alignment. And I was like, yeah, congratulations. And thank you for loving on the tree. See, we got to understand that the tree gives us something. It gives us some oxygen. And so while you might think that your particular thing to life is about things or people, or things that you can love on like a dog, or a pet that you might have, but anything that's stagnant, you ain't paying it much attention. But if you pay the trees attention, the way they breeze in the wind, what they're giving out, the oxygen for you, the leaves on the ground, how they grow without pushing, they're in alignment. They don't need to push to grow. They already know they're going to grow. That's why the weeds stay in your yard, because they don't need to push themselves out. They're getting out. So, and yes, it was just so beautiful. I had to stop and talk to these ladies because I recognized it. And if y'all know me, I told the story of before when the phenomenon, I'm gonna call it a phenomenon, if y'all may, if y'all will, of the tree huggers first came out. I was laughing at the tree huggers, y'all, because I was like, what the heck are they doing? But with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of enlightenment, I realized that you can get your energy back. You can get in alignment with everything that has been given to us from the great creator, with everything that has been given to us from the great creator. You see, right now, the reason why um the message of manifestation has its doubts is because you doubt yourself. And so enough people can doubt something to say that is not, that you can't do it. um for real. That you can't do it, that you can't. There's so many people still looking for the external savior instead of the power that is within, and on external measures. This is really like the after party from TikTok. We over there in the mornings, everybody having a great time and having great discussions. And this is really that, to understand that you got to first be in alignment with what the thing is that you want. Like, you got to really be aligned with that thing. Like, the concept of you has to be there. So if you see yourself in a position of owning something, then you got to see yourself there. People will put barriers in your way. People will put a barrier in your way when there is no barrier. You think it can't be you. You think it's luck. But it don't be luck. It be what you've already deposited within shows up without, whether you realize it or not. People are relied on jobs instead of themselves. Jobs is just resources, y'all. That's not your source. Jobs are resources, they're not your source. And so you can have the most unmeaningful job to you, right? Because I'm going to always say, as a people centric person, that every job matters. But just because you are whatever the lowest job on the totem pole at your company is, don't mean that you can't drive up in there just like the person that owned the place, that's looking to own the place. But you got to do that now. And I'm not talking about in the materialistic way. I'm talking about in a internal way. That whole dress how you want, you don't dress for where you are, dress for where you want to be, that type of thing. So yes, you may not be able to afford the BMW at this point that the CEO is driving into work every day, and you might just be in the Nissan Altima, but you better treat that Nissan Altima like a BMW. You better roll in that thing and don't be ashamed to be in there going and getting you to where you want to get, just like you would be if you was in a BMW. Be just as flashy as whatever it is that you want to drive. Because we know that everybody doesn't want to drive a BMW. Kush, who you barking at? So it might just be a different brand of car. But if you make sure, thank you, Nia, for being here with me today. If you make sure to have the thought process of, I am going to live where I want to be. I'm going to get in alignment. Did y'all see did y'all see the picture that I did with wait a minute. Did y'all see the picture that I did with for the thumbnail? Did y'all see the thumbnail picture? I want to share the thumbnail picture with y'all real quick. So first of all, let me get it open. Kush, it's enough. Okay, so I want to share it with you guys. So I can show you what I mean by that. It'll give us a little context to where to where I'm trying to go, y'all. If it'll come up, because for some reason it don't want to share. Do 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 do. I don't know, y'all. I was trying to share it so I could talk about it a bit, but it just really do not want to. Oh, let me see. There it go. I'm sorry. Share. Okay. This is it. So this is the image. Okay, so this is the image that I put on today's thumbnail. And to kind of like talk us through it a bit, right? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. And so the image is your identity. And I'm going to always start with, who do you say you are? Like, for real, who do you say you are? Because a lot of times we get trapped in who other people say we are and what other people believe we can have based on whatever their belief system is. Because when you get projected upon, it's another person's belief system. It's a totally never other person's belief system. It's their values, right? It's who they believe they are. And so they try to throw that very exact identity onto you and calling it truth. And calling it truth. You know, and that's what, you know, I don't want to get off into that, but that's what a lot of the pastors do. They fill your identity with the values and the beliefs that they have. And it's not even the concept that you have of yourself. You're not even vibrating right because you're in hiding a lot of the times because you're not in your true authentic self. What you're doing is you're using the identity of this person and that person for you. We take up values and we take up beliefs because there was something that was given to us. So we understand that. Welcome in. And when you come in, go ahead and tell us where you're here from. Join the conversation. It's okay. We don't bite over here. We are all love because what we're doing is we're sharing our journeys and we're sharing our perspectives just to see if we can assist others in healing while they assist us in growing. And so then it comes a point where you got to say, are you okay with your identity? So, Nia, are you okay with your identity? Are you okay with your identity? Because once you become okay with your identity and this is who you are authentically, you're not trying to hide from people. You're not saying, well, I can't do that around these folk. I have to be like that around this folk. Like they can't see that side of me. Well, that's hiding yourself. And it's also making you into a position where you're vibrating at sometimes on a frequency that is lower than what you should be vibrating on. You got to have some self-worth in all of this. You see, because when you look in the mirror, if you see how the thumbnail is, when this mirror image comes out, you can see yourself clearly. That's how you understand what you're worth, your values, who you are. Yes, Nia. Yes, who you are. Your self-worth. And once you get down to your self-worth, you kind of understand some things. You know your purpose. And I know sometimes people say, well, that's just so hard to know your purpose. Well, just search within. What feels good? Where is it when you don't have a mask on? What is it you doing where you don't have a mask on, where you don't have to be like, oh, who gonna see me? Right? Where's that? Who gonna see me? And then you begin to grow. And as you grow, you have an impact on humanity and whatever it is that you're growing in. Do you know that for you, Nia, if I'm just talking directly to you, how many people need the service of finding them a deal? I mean, for real. Finding them a deal, finding them a coupon, being able to follow somebody that is going to be able to add some value in their life on things that right now they don't have unlimited resources in this reality to grab. So the resources that they do have, they use them wisely. And that's coupons and deals and things of that nature. That's helping people. That's making an impact in the world. That's making an impact. Then you gotta get connected with folks like you. With folks like you, we tend to find a lot of times to listen to some negative stuff. We tend to find a lot of times to listen to the things that aren't going to help us grow. We tend to find the time to scroll and be involved in stuff that is not of good report for sure. And then we're out of line. We're out of our alignment. We're out of our alignment. And I like this illustration because it kind of shows where we need to be and how we need to follow it. Yes, indeed. Nia, I ain't playing with you, girl. I ain't playing with you. Welcome to the show if you're just now showing up. And if you are here listening to the replay about us just simply talking about alignment and the need to understand that the concept of you is what matters most. People try to push their identity on you through their beliefs and values. They really do. And will continue to do so because everybody got a word to say. So we are wanting you to join the community, of course. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and press all the buttons that you need to press, or whatever the case may be. You know, put the notification buttons on, because we're trying different things in this room, different times and different things like that, so that we can begin to build the community. But right now, what the cool part is you are on the ground floor of building a community. Like, you get to be an architect with me. This is our community. So you get to be like, oh, let's put a plank there. Let's put things there. And with our alignment, because once again, if you are here and you are still listening to me, then that means we are aligned in some way. Our vibrational alignment is there in some way. And so you didn't stumble upon me. So it's going to be great conversations happening in the room, great journeys to be heard, great testimonies to be heard, because we've all been through the test. We've all been through the test, or a test that we should be willing to share. That's part of your impact, because you have these different pillars in life. And one of your pillars should be, I want to know how my God given gifts, the ones that you came equipped with. So if y'all ain't watched Equipped, go watch Equipped. That you came equipped with are for others, so that when you give them out to others, the currency that goes along with that comes back to you. It's a give and receive type thing. But you got to be given authentically who you are, your identity, your values, and your beliefs, the ones that you don't have to be ashamed of, and you're living you, and you can't shame anybody else for their values and their beliefs, because that's just what they got going on. Just don't vibrate with people that ain't like you, because birds of a feather flock together. So don't go near them. Be like, look, I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna think of you in a lovely way, because you're not showing up in my time, space, and reality the way I wish anyone to show up, because I'm not happy with that behavior. That behavior doesn't have me on a vibration of love. That behavior has me on a vibration of, I'm gonna do something to you. A vibration, I'm gonna do something to you, y'all. Do you really know and truly know the concept of you? That's really the answer. That's really the question here. Is, do you really know who you are? Come on, tell me. It's more than just me and Nia here. I see y'all. So y'all just don't want to talk. Y'all just in the bushes chilling. But I'm just trying to figure it out. Y'all come on in, tell me where y'all from. Let's talk. We having a conversation. You got something to add? I'm pretty sure that you do. You got something to add? I'm pretty sure that you do. So come on and add it. I'm definitely one of the people that are into other people's perspectives. For real, I want to hear what you got to say. I do. Because what you might have to say, you don't know. It might be it might be the knowledge that I need to move forward. Even if you don't agree with me. So that's the cool thing about it. People don't have to agree with me. I don't care if you agree with me, because I have a concept of myself, my identity, my values, and my beliefs. I ain't trying to convince anybody of anything. I just be having conversations. Because you better, I'd say most people should stop trying to let people convince them of anything. If it feel good, go with it. Somebody tell you stop doing something that feels so good to you, to have you vibrating on top, have you vibrating everything that you desire right into your hands, and somebody tell you that you should stop doing that because of whatever reason. You should stop doing that because you got too much. You should stop doing that because that looks like this. You should stop doing that because people will walk you right out of your blessing by telling you that you shouldn't do it. You better do what feels good to you. Who back there, Kush? You want to go bite him? Kush ain't gonna bite nobody, y'all. Kush ain't gonna bite nobody. He say he will. Y'all hear him back there? He barking. Somebody at the studio door. They want to get in the studio. They're not getting in the studio. We up in the studio recording. I'm a branch for people to find what they need to make life easier, and a branch for brands to get their product seen in a few words. Honey, you sure are. You sure are. And that alone, you feel what I'm saying? Because you know exactly who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you write your identity out? Come on. Come on. Can you write your identity out? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Go get 'em. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and see. Go see it, Kush. Go ahead. Okay, well then leave it alone. If you don't want to go see what's out there, stop barking out there. That's just a bad. Kush ain't playing. Then when we get to the door, he did all that like he was a big old dog, like he was a guard dog. Then we get to the door, he don't want to go out there to see what it is he barking at. Y'all go figure that out. I don't know. And so it's very important to what? Define your identity, who you are, live authentically in your identity. And then when you begin to pray for things, ask for things unto the universe, unto God, and all of that, then you need to make sure you define them well too. Because if you know who you are, then you really know what you want. If you don't know who you are, you have no clue what you want. Trust me. Everybody don't want the same thing. That's why scarcity is whack. I don't know why people even have greed in their bone, because everybody don't want the same thing. And we mass produce stuff anyhow. Right. Because the contract that we see, right? Because once you know your self-worth, you automatically know that. And see, this is the hard part about it. Because you'll waver back and forth what you're worth. You'll waver back and forth in that. And we don't want any of that. You know what your worth is. So once you set your worth and you set your identity, some of these people cannot even contact you. You know that, right? Which makes you unique. But Twani, welcome in, love. Do you know that some of these, from your own identity, from the own way that you're vibrating out into this beautiful universe, some people cannot contact you. They can't. They can't even come near you. You vibrate too high. And there's nothing wrong with them, but at this point, you have solidified who you are to a point of knowing who you are. And you don't deny that. You don't go back and say, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. It is no maybe this and maybe that. The end is where you're going, but you have to be in alignment with your internal being to get to the end. And a lot of times what we do is we begin to pump fear in our own heart. Because sometimes you have people around you that won't do that to you. They'll speak life into you and life into you and life into you. And it be you speaking the fear into yourself. But you don't have to do that. You can believe in your dreams. Get aligned and everything falls in place. Understand what your purpose is. You're going to grow in your purpose. You're going to be an impact to the world. An impact to the world. And not to this, to the world, to the world. You know when Day said we are top flight security off to the world. You are unique and you got something to give the world. So wherever you put yourself, whether you a chef, whether you somebody that's finding deals left and right, and I'm telling you, Nia does find the deals, y'all. Every time I want something, I just call Nia and tell her, can she find the deal for me? And she finds the deal for me. So she good at finding them deals, y'all. So I be getting deals found over there. Whether it doesn't matter what it is, whether you a nail technique or a business owner or entrepreneur, and put in a place where people can come and feel comfortable, because we love beauty. You heard me? But if I can get into a space where not only I can get beautified, but I can also feel peaceful. I can have a no worry type way about myself. Come on now. You know how you know when you're in alignment with what is going on, with whatever is happening with your next. Do you know how you really know if whether or not you're in alignment or you are misaligned? Can anybody just put the word? It's a single word in the chat. It's a single word. We're gonna wait a second to see if we get that single word. It's a single word, y'all. Where you know if you're in alignment. I tell y'all if y'all want me to. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all. It is a single word though. I like the word flow. You know I use that word all the time. And it's very close to that because it is that word, but it's just a different word. Okay, I like confidence. I like confidence. I like confidence, Twani. I do. Because it's a different word, but it is confidence. It's peace. When you are at peace, when you are not anxious for whatever the thing is, right? When you know, like you know it's coming, where you can ease on down the road, like every day. Like I already see the people in the nail salon. You know what I'm saying? I already see that. I already see another rental for somebody that's in there because it's so big for you. I already see it. I already see a wonderful person who has the same confidence that you have. You know what I'm saying? I already see all of it for you type thing, right? And so at the end of the day, you have to be at peace. At peace. Because this was one of the most profound things I heard when I heard it about 20 years ago though, y'all. And I would say it often. You know, when you order something out of a magazine, like say you order something, and I'm talking 9 times out of 10, the order is coming and you know that. It's very rarely that you order something and don't show up. That is what you putting your purpose and the fulfillment of your purpose at. You got to order it by making sure that, what did we say earlier? When you pray, you have to know what you are praying for. Peace is yours right now. You don't have to worry. Know what you're praying for. Twani, if you absolutely, I promise you, if you absolutely know the end plan of the of the thing that you architect, you are the painter of this thing, of whatever it is, wherever you want to talk about in your life. You painted it. You put it up on the canvas and it looks beautiful. And this is what you are striving for. Then that is the only thing you're focused on and is the end result of that thing. Anything in between will cause you to not have peace, because that means that you are still on the what and the why and the how. And the what and the why and the how is not your business at all. Because when you begin to focus on the what, the why, and the how, what happens is that you are limiting God. Because you start thinking of the ways how. Who is going to do it? What is going to be sent to do it? Instead of getting out of that limiting box and say that there is infinite possibilities for me to get whatever I get any way God wants to give it. I'm open to all possibilities and opportunities. Yes, faith. Twani, I need you to get a sticky note and I need you to write on there, I am open to all possibilities and opportunities. And I want you to put that on your mirror in your bathroom. And every morning when you walk in there, I want you to tell yourself that you are open to all possibilities and opportunities about X. And that is it. That you are open to these things. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button on the way in for me. I'm sharing this out to your friends. Because look, you either it is or it ain't. See, that's the thing. People want to be in the middle of the junk, but there's no middle ground in the junk. Either it is or it ain't. It's not a maybe. It's never a maybe. The maybe is what keeps you manifesting stuff or bringing stuff into your life that you desire, and then it getting out of your life, because it's always been a maybe with you. It's never been a I know, like I know what I know. And so as long as you have these maybes and these fears on why it's not happening right, and then a lot of times what we do, y'all, is we'll put it on God. We'll say, God don't want me to have it. It's God. No, it's you. You don't want you to have it. That's who don't want you to have it. You don't want you to have it. You don't even think your value, your self-worth is worth it. A lot of times we say this, and then when things don't start going quick, we'll say, well, you know, my mama worked all her life. Now you done put it on your mama, instead of putting it on your own ability to define your self-concept, your identity, and stick with it. And change some of your limiting beliefs. And stop limiting this wonderful source that we have. This source that we have has made us co-creators with. And so whatever within is so without. But you got to have it within first. So if you are vibrating on fear, if you don't have no peace in your life, that whatever it is going to be and nothing can stop it. I mean, whatever it is going to be and nothing can stop it. That's the type of attitude you got to have. What is the thing that you can do? Come on, chat. Y'all invite some people in here. This is getting good, y'all. What is some things that you can do that you know that you basically say, you know what? Can't nobody put a candle to it. Can't nobody put a candle to this very thing. I know it. This is a thing that nobody can put a candle to. Can you identify that thing? Can you identify how that thing makes you feel? Even if it's a pie that you bake. How does that make you feel when you do that thing? Use that thing as your catalyst, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing to your desires and your dreams. Because guess what? Guess what, y'all? Not one good thing is withheld from you. And if you feel good about it, it is not being withheld. The only reason why it's being withheld is because you are withholding it. You got the bag. And it's up to you to take the knot out of the, because sometimes you knot up the bag to keep the stuff in there. It's up to you to take that knot out the bag and let the stuff out to escape. And why? Because you believe that it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread in your life. The best thing since sliced bread. I am resourceful. You got to speak this into your life. And when things come to disturb your peace, because your mind has to be trained to have a mindset of relaxed, a mindset of comfortable, a mindset of I've already ordered it and it's on its way. I don't need to reorder it. I don't need to be in fear. I don't need to say, well, Lord, can you please make it happen? I don't need to beg. I don't need to do any of that stuff. So when you are operating in that, you don't have nothing to worry about, y'all. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Yes. I know, Nia. I know. I'm just saying I could get on fire for it, but what I want to do is I come to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to understand that you got some power. It is not just, see, the thing is, we treat all the scriptures kind of like the same, but the ones that cause us fear. But when it tells us that it's the power that is within you, what do you think the word is talking about? You don't think you that powerful. You still think you got to wait on Jesus to come back to see everything that you need to see in this time, space, and reality. But absolutely, so do a man think if he is. So if you have thought it up, it's guaranteed that you could do it. But is it your purpose? Are you making purpose out of something that ain't got nothing to do with you? You know you're not even supposed to be doing that. Yeah. You can bake a cake, but you better not open no bakery now. That's not your purpose. Could it be? Maybe. Might give you a recipe to get somebody that want to do that, you know? For real though. Yeah. You know, I could be silly, but you come on. You better not. You better not. You better not. You better not. Type thing. Because if you do, you're gonna be working mighty hard at that. And I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all haven't listened to Wayne Dyer in a while, y'all should listen to him because every time I think about things like what he would say is that, you know, we need to be open to everything and attached to nothing is really true. Because then you can really see where you're supposed to be by just being open and listening, right? Some things you might be able to take and it's going to cause you to help you get in alignment with your life. And other things you're going to hear and you're going to be very glad that you are not taking that path for whatever your spirit is telling you. You operate in your spirit, in your alignment. Right, exactly. And you got to know where you stand at, right? And that's how I feel like I got to know where I stand at. Cause you, especially when you scrolling. Look, y'all, come on now, y'all think look. I told you I'm trying different things, different times, different days. So I'm just here to chat, really. But guys, look, check it out. Look for real. You be scrolling and you be seeing some stuff that you know you can do. Like you know you can do it. And they out there making a cool amount of resource and currency off of this product that you know that you can make it. But the thing about it is, are you going to love doing that? Are you going to love that or is that going to be like work? Cuz if you love it, go for it. But if it's like I'm telling you, work is not the answer to your desires. It's absolutely the opposite. And I feel you. You don't want to hear me, but it's absolutely the opposite, y'all. You got to feel good. You got to be wanting to have fun. And that's what it is. It's fun. It's not like work. It is literally something that you want to do for free. And it's not going to be like, oh, this is tiring. If it's tiring, it's not for you. And see, and that's really how it is, Nia. Come on now. All my skills have a place, though, in what I do. That's what Nia is saying, because they do. They all work together. They all work together, but they work together for one purpose filled life. They work together for one purpose filled life. But the main purpose, what are your impact to humanity, your impact to the world, which is on your vision board. You're going to find your purpose. You're going to grow in it and you're going to be an impact to the world. It's very, very unique. And nobody does it like you. There's a lot of inspirational, motivational speakers out there, but I'm going to tell you right now, ain't none like me. Ain't none like me. It's a lot of facilitators and trainers out there. But if you've ever taken a class with me or ever been in a facilitation with me, it's none like me. There's none like me. And that is for real. And yes, you can toot your horn. Yes, because people don't want you to pump your chest out on who you are. People will tell you to humble yourself down while they're all puffed up. Right. You can't show people how to use things and make it entertaining without your skills and your training. But those are the things that you do because those are part of your skill sets, is that you're able to do that. It all ties together. Don't let your ego get in the way, but it is quite okay for you to show the world who you are. Authentically, though. Hey, Jazz, how are you? Like authentically. We just up in here having a chat, talking about alignment and how your identity needs to be established. You need to establish your identity from the go-go. Establish your identity from the go-go. I'm doing good, girl. Just chit-chatting, like I said, trying some different times. We're on an after party in the afternoons over here on Domesticated Me. And then in the mornings, y'all know y'all can always join me on my TT. Because that's where we at in the mornings. And we're trying to establish this channel over here. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead, get on the bottom ground of a community that you and I can be proud of because we're going to build it together. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and do all the stuff. Turn your notification bells on, all that stuff that you got to do in order to know when I'm here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, this is the image that we are explaining, that we were explaining the concept of your identity has to come first. You got to know who you are. And Nia wrote out who she was. Like Nia been working. This is my girl. She been working. You could tell. She been doing some internal work for sure. You got to determine your values and your beliefs. Some things is going to take, you got to unlearn that stuff. You get some reprogramming that's needed because, you know, some of the stuff that we was taught is not. That's all we going to say about it. You don't got to throw it away, but you got to do some rebanking with it. You know, you got to learn how to read the scriptures for yourself. Whatever your pastor said, you know, go back and say, self, how is this applicable to me? I can remember one day I was in church and there was a message coming from the pulpit. I can't remember what the message was, but that was all like screwy. And I asked, and do you know that the Spirit told me exactly what that should have meant to me, what they was up there talking about, the scripture and all. And it felt so good to hear it from my internal being. It felt so good for them. Oh, this is how this is applicable to me. This is what this means to me. Not what it means to the world, not what it means to anybody else, but my personal relationship with the creator of all. This is what it means to me. See, a lot of times people want to still act like they're a group of you. You control it. I'm telling you. Look, okay. I'm trying to get the information out there and the knowledge out there so that people can seek wisdom for themselves. Because you know, people don't have no wisdom to give away. People say, oh, they gave me some wisdom. They ain't give you no wisdom. What they did was they gave you some information and some knowledge. And then internally, your spirit told you, hey, knock, 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 knock. Here's some wisdom for you and how to use it. Because that's the most important. Like a lot of times we have a lot of information and knowledge. We done read so many books and we ain't never put it to use. You and read so many books and got so many gems from so many channels and so many people and so much stuff, and you still ain't put it to use. And then the cold part about it, half of the stuff I be talking about, and when people don't want to put it to use, is way weird to me. You know why? Because it don't cost you nothing. Like literally not asking for a dime, just giving you the information. So why not try it? Because what is it going to hurt? You've been doing it anyhow, whether you know you've been doing it or not. By default, everything that happens in your life, you ask for it. Yep. You couldn't pay your car note, your car got repossessed, you asked for the repossession. I'm sorry. Your rent, you couldn't pay your rent, you ended up getting evicted, you asked for the eviction. I'm sorry. This didn't happen, that didn't happen. You asked for it. You either putting it at bay because you vibrating some type of fear on it or some type of non-worth for yourself. You don't believe that you're worthy of it. Oh, if I get it, then I can start. No, start now. Start feeling worthy now. Start feeling valuable now. Stop telling yourself you are broke. You are sick. Stop saying that to yourself. And some will tell you, well, no, you need to stop talking to yourself mean. That's the first thing you need to do. Stop talking to yourself mean. Stop telling yourself you broke. You ain't got it. And be wise with what you spend the resources on you have. But stop telling yourself you broke. Just be intentional. Right on. Oh, we had a confirmation dream last night. Let's go, Jazz. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And then we take that confirmation dream, and what do we do with that confirmation dream? We say it is so. And that is the image that we hold because we understand that it is coming. We know that it's there, and that is the way it is. This is not a message of prosperity. This is a message of understanding your identity, understanding how to be in alignment with those things that you have already declared in your life. It is you seeing yourself in the end of the result of what you've already built. I built this. The result of what I built now, come on now, the result of what I built is now here. Why? Because I truly believe it. I truly believe it. And what's going to make that happen? Don't know. Honey, let's go. You can call me Jazz. Jazz, let's go. I don't know. But I tell you what, as long as I hold on with faith that it is true and that is who I am, then it's got to happen. I just got to start being me. You just got to start being you. That's all. Stop bouncing back and forth, devaluing yourself with your old belief system, your limiting belief system. Money don't grow on trees. I got to work until I'm 62 or I'm going to be eating cat food. I got to do this. I got to do that. Instead of just saying, Lord, universe, source, Allah, the Most High, whatever name that is stuck to your tongue that make you feel good, do it for me because I am me and I'm being me. As long as you're not walking in your authentic authority, your desires will be fragmented. That's what I heard to tell y'all right now. As long as you are not, write that down, y'all. As long as you are not walking in your authentic authority, your desires will stay fragmented. That means they're going to come and they're going to go. Come and they're going to go. It's going to be a lot of cracks. You can't tell me that you got to have hard times in order to do or be anything. It is not true. It might be true for you, but it's not true with me. Because within, I know who I am. Within, I know I got the power. Within, I know that. So within, It's without. It has to appear. It has to appear. And remember the synchronicities and things like that. Once you paying attention to them, you never know. You never know the how, the when, the why, the what. But you better hold on to it with faith. Don't let up. If you believe that you got a date in your dream for a certain thing, then you got to hold on to it. You got to see yourself on September the 22nd, jumping up and down, spinning around. You got to see yourself on September the 22nd, receiving a call from your friends, getting congratulated from your mother, getting a hug from your husband. You got to really be there. You got to be there already. Now, if you say you desire something and it ain't came yet, have you went there yet? Have you shook your own hand yet? Have you said congratulations to yourself yet? Have you felt what it feels like to be that very thing that you say you are? I'm overjoyed too. I'm just wondering. Come on, Nia. I'm just wondering if we've even done that. If that's something that we've even done. Yeah. Because once we've identified our purpose and our identity, we know who we are and we know what our purpose is, and we've put it in our visions and what did we talk about earlier? It was 3 things, y'all. It was 3 things, and it was visual images, mental sounds, and mental actions. That's what we talked about today. That you got to have to put this thing all together in your alignment is you visual images. You need to be able to visualize where you are going. You need to be able to attach the sounds to what's happening when you're there. What are people saying to you? Can you visualize what it is? What are people saying to you? What bad habit? Tell me what you're talking about, Twani. What are people saying to you at this time? Right? This is going to happen. Are you being congratulated at this time? What is happening? Put some audio into it. And then once you put that audio into it, what are you doing? You got to have some mental actions. Are you smiling? Are you cheering too? What are you doing? This is how you set that up. This is how you going to set it up, y'all. You're going to set it up by visualizing it, putting the sound to what's going on there, and then whatever the mental actions is at that time. I visualize me walking on the stage. I visualize a crowd of people saying, yay, applauding because I'm walking out. My mental action is me saying, hey, y'all, welcome to today's event. I'm glad to see you here. That has to happen in my life. On that level. Because it's happened on a level, but the level is huge. The level is a sold out auditorium. That's the level. Who do you say you are? Are you wavering back and forth with whether or not you think you are worthy enough to speak in front of a crowd of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 people? Who do you think you are? Do you think you are worthy enough to sell? Do you think your book is good enough to be on the sellers list? Do you think your creativity is good enough to have 3 and 4 brands paying you? Well, you at home with a 6-figure salary. You know you are. Right. So all you doing is walking in your authority. Thank you, Jazz. All you doing is walking in your authority. You know who you are. You don't need to second guess that. You know you are. You know that your book is for humanity. Your book is to you know your book can get in front of millions and millions of people's faces. You know it can. You know your book is a story that a lot of young girls want to hear through your poetry. Honey, who do you say you are? The world will tell you you're not worthy. You need loans. You need this. You need that. But who do you say you are? Thank you so much, Mad Church Disease, for joining us. Who do you say you are? Because once you know who you are, all you got the authority to walk in exactly who you are. The power is within you. Nothing is impossible. Nothing whatsoever. The limits and the beliefs, those are yours. The values and the beliefs, those are yours. Your self-worth, what do you believe you're worth? What do you believe you're supposed to be doing in this time, space, and reality? That's all up to you. And as long as you, what did I just tell you I was told? It's going to be fragmented. If you don't know who you are, your self-concept, it's going to be fragmented. You're going to have the ups and downs of life. But the reason why I know the ups and downs of life is your self-concept of who you are and what you believe you can have through what the earth has to give you, through what the world has to give you instead of your internal being who rock with you, is because it has already been proven. I promise you, there are some places in my life that it was a book I read, right? And I told y'all this before, that made me realize that I was a master manifester in a certain area of my life. Master manifester. Comes to me all the time. In love with me. I promise you that. The one thing that I learned is to proclaim the truth. I don't need money. I don't need currency. It needs me. It's a substance that needs me. And when I do the right thing, it's going to keep needing me. Free stuff, checks in the mail. It need me to work it out. I'm telling you, money need me to get into registers and pockets and all of that. It needs me. And see, that's the thing we don't understand is you chasing the very thing that needs you. You're a currency chaser. I mean, a worldly currency chaser. You don't need to chase worldly currency. It needs you. It really do. Because it wants to be traveling. That's what money wants to do. That's what currency is. It's a current. So it wants to travel. It wants to be in and out of pockets, but you're so scared of money. Oh, I ain't scared of money. Oh, yes, you are. That's why you're running it down. Running it away because you're scary. You're scared of money. You don't even know what you can't even smell money unless you got a dollar bill in front of your face. Because a lot of y'all been told that money is the root of all evil. Because the scripture got cut off on y'all. When it specifically says the love of money. And see, that's the thing. You don't need to love money. Money loves you. You don't need to be greedy. Money will flow through you and flow through everything that is attached to you if you just set aside some of that greed you got in your life. Come on. Look, and the divine action, you got to be at peace to hear, Twani. Honey. They just need to keep reading. Twani, let me tell you. When you look, in order to really truly hear divine action, When the divine timing is up, you got to be at peace. Because if your mind is twirling, when that divine action come up, you'll question the action. Your ego is here to question the action that is given to you that sounds so simple. Your ego will be a simple thing. You know what? Do X, Y, and Z. You hear it very clearly, and your ego will tell you, oh, we don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Your ego will jump right in and tell you don't need to do the very thing that is divine action for you. The very thing. And it'd be something simple. And then you wonder how you missed the train because you are not, you ain't giving yourself the rest and the peace to rest in your concept of you. It is who you say you are. Period. Period. And you don't need anything else but to see the end of that thing. And whatever the end of that thing looks like, if you take, like he says, the visual image, the mental sounds, and the mental action and put it all together, you visualize the images of what the end is, the end result of what you're looking at. You make sure that you have the mental sounds. What are you saying during that time? What are you saying? What is people saying to you? Are they congratulating you? Are you congratulating someone else? Like, what is the scene? And then what action are you doing in the scene? And that's where you live from. You live from over there. And that's on period. You live with the end in mind because the middle part, you caught up on the middle part. You caught up on how God gonna do it because you don't realize that he's infinite and an intelligence that has many ways for whatever this is. But you caught up on exactly a system that you need to do. Just be authentic. That's it. Those that are assigned to you, those that are vibrating on your frequency, they're coming for whatever it is, as long as you're authentic and being authentically in you. How, when, where, that's what make you get out of peace though, y'all. You out of peace because you're asking the wrong questions. When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? Who coming? It disturbs your peace to be that. Instead of just being like, I ordered it and it's coming through. Just like you order something in a magazine, just order it. It's all right. It'll be here. It'll be here. And if it don't come, then that means that you need to refund. You need to rethink some things. Maybe that's truly not the concept of yourself. Maybe you done picked up something off the internet when you were scrolling, because everybody ain't no author. So I don't care how much money you making on digital products or books and all of that. That's not for everybody. There's a time and a place for you to write your stuff down. And it might not be now because each journey has its next step, right? Each journey has its next step. So although right now you're not writing a book, that don't mean later. But right now might be about something else. And you need to get within. Go on, get within. Go to heaven. Go to the kingdom. Go to the kingdom and find out what's up. The kingdom, look, the king is waiting to tell you what's up. The kingdom is within though. So you got to go within so that the king can tell you what's up with you. You ain't did nothing but fell asleep when you got here. That's why you don't truly know who you are. You don't know how much power you have. You still seeking because we was domesticated into God in the sky. That's what the deal is. Instead of understanding that, hey, back with us. Not separated, never separated, omnipresent, omnipotent. I would say, well, I think God done left me. God ain't left you. He can't. The co-creator came here with a purpose, a unique purpose at that. And nobody can do it like you. Not one person on this earth can do you like you. Period. That's why they call them impersonators. When you become a mega star or whatever that is like that, you become look. They want to impersonate you. They want to, they, because all they, you big now. You know how many, like, okay, so y'all know I love Michael, right? But do you know how many Michael Jackson impersonators is? This is how much this man was loved. I want to be Michael. I want to be Michael. I want to be Elvis. Never get as big as Michael or Elvis. Why? Because it's not authentic. You didn't come here to impersonate nobody. Nobody came here to give your unique talent out either. The way you talk, the way you present, your jokes. Ain't nobody came here like that. Your cakes, your pies. See, y'all better look. I'm just out here to tell you. So if you are having problem with the total visualization of something, then you should probably go ahead and put a vision board up to help you with that. Hey, Sean, thank you. And it does. Thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you for all of that good stuff. I hope you are a subscriber, and I hope you come back and talk to us often, because we're building our channel and we building it authentically with you in mind. So you guys go ahead and subscribe. Y'all go ahead and put y'all notification buttons on. Go ahead and do all that stuff, because we just talking authentically in here. We don't even have no. Well, we do have a formation, because you gotta get into some type of formation. So we do have a formation, but once again, we're Wayne Dyer type channel for real. We are open to everything and attached to nothing. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that, because if you get attached to stuff, you limit your beliefs. You look, let me tell you something. Y'all better stop putting God, the universe, source, Allah, the most high, whatever name you put on it. Names are distractions. You're going to hear that from me a lot. I say that because that is just what it is. I'm telling you. And the reason why I said I could tell you, all of y'all, I watched one time where the whole conversation was on what name to use. Thank you so much. What name to use. Instead of giving any information that would help a person grow, heal, or find a purpose, they was really sitting back arguing about whether or not what name to use or what name not to use. And if that's not the same thing of you trying to control somebody, you can't control nobody. And then somebody asked me one day, like, why are you so comfortable with still saying God when you have more of a spiritual tone to you? I said, because that's my word. And that's the word that makes me feel good. You can say universe, it ain't gonna bother me. I ain't attached to what you got going on. You could say whatever, source. You could say most high. You could say Jah. You could say Jesus. You could say whatever you want to say. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And right. So if you come to my home, you will see that a lot of the things I have a chalkboard in my living room, and it says, I am that I am. Because I always equate back to when Moses asked him, who should I say? Who should I say is sending me? Because I'm Moses. I'm going to walk up and they, how am I going to tell the Pharaoh to let anybody free? And we talk about it in the natural, right? Because y'all know I'll talk about the psychological version of the Bible too. But we're talking about Moses saying, you want me to go tell him the letter? Well, who do I say sent me? Simple. I am that I am. So the name, the sacred name is actually I am that I am. I mean, it is what it is. And Mark Twain's book, The Moses Code, very good book, very short read. No, you shouldn't feel shame. And see, I've been asked that too. Like, should you feel shame? Should you feel this? And I'm gonna tell you something. All of us that's domesticated in Christianity, that's who I believe I'm here for. I believe I'm here for the people that are stuck in that where they don't understand their power. I really do believe that. It came upon me about 2 or 3 years ago 4 years whenever I made this domesticated me channel, and that's what came upon me. You guys are stuck in a belief system and values that you don't need to be stuck in, and you don't need to do that to yourself. I'm telling you, Mad Church Disease, that's one of my favorite books. The Moses Code, I read it all the time. My copy in there is all tattered up because I suggest the book all the time. I really do. It's such an enlightenment on the way he brings that book to life. But you got to be open to these things. And see, in the religious world, they only want you to read one book. And if you go outside and try to read any other kind of books, they're asking you why. Because they done gave you a certain interpretation to the book. And as long as you accept that interpretation, then you will be okay. But like I said earlier, we accept it, and we hear in the book that it says that your tongue cuts like a two-edged sword, yet we still talk nasty about ourselves. You still talk nasty about yourself. You tell yourself you sick. You tell yourself you broke. You tell yourself all of the mean, nasty stuff, even though the word tells you that your tongue is life or death. But you think that that's okay for you to speak that way about yourself. The word tells you to meditate on all things good and lovely and of good rapport. And you still will sit back and meditate on everything that you think is trash. You will meditate on all the things that you don't desire and wonder why they keep coming. You keep calling your non-desires to you. You meditate on this, that, and the other thing. But if you're worthy, if you have a father who has all of this cattle and blasey and stuff, then what you got to worry about? As a man thinketh in his heart, in the deep subconscious of himself, so is he. It is what you think about you. It is who you think you are. And then you turn around and you take on others people's assignments for you. A lot of that happens in the space where we're not healed, right? So a man or a woman can tell you this, that, or other thing about you. You know what I'm saying? But what first happened was you was the best thing since sliced bread in their life. You could cook. You was the cleanest thing they thought that you was, the most beautiful thing on the earth. And as soon as you do something that they don't like, they ego jump in there and you everything but you the moldiest bread in the world. You can't cook your food, it's nasty, and that's that. And you is too. They find things to say that you're nasty about. You pick boogers out your nose, and they didn't know that at first. So now they found it out and they want to use that against you. I don't know. So the thing about all of this also is there is all the thoughts that you have, you got to have a corresponding feeling to them. So you got to get in the position to be strong and feel like who you are too. Nia, I'm just telling you. You got to feel like who you are, and you got to and you got to walk the walk. You got to dress like where you want to be, not where you are. You got to take on the behaviors of who you are. Amazon, y'all. Amazon and Kush. Leave that Amazon driver alone. Come in, Kush. Come here, Kush. Leave that Amazon driver alone. No reason to be doing that Amazon driver like that, but he think he does have a reason, so let him be, right? He think he's the protector. But guys, and so I say this when I go ahead and try to, close this live out, because we've been on here for a hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, he is hood. And he look, the cold part about it was he thought he heard something in the studio, y'all, because so he go to the back door, and then he don't want to go out there. So he act hood, but he really not. You know, he's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna bust a grape, as we said back in the day. You know, he's like, you ain't finna bust no grapes. You ain't no. This is Kush. This is Kush. He is not finna do nothing. Not one thing, but bark loud. um, and so that before we end the live, I just want to just reiterate just a few little points that we talked about today, and that is get your identity in check. Like, who really are you? Do you have to put a mask on to come outside? You know what I mean? Because some of y'all want to put a mask on to come outside for sure. You feel like if the pastor see you drinking wine, that's going to make you something. And then now, because it made you something, you identify with what they made you. You got to be authentically you and screw what everybody else talking about. They don't even know. Your values and your beliefs, go ahead and see what's up with those. Because some of the values and belief that you are still holding on to, trash. Trash. And I love your grandmother too. I love my grandmother. I love everyone's grandmother, great grandmother, and wherever you got that jazz from. I love y'all. Thank you very much. I say it all the time. Hey, Risa. I say it all the time. That's what I'm saying. So you better leave me alone about my wine. But hey, look, I love your grannies and I understand exactly what they did to you. And I promise you, I am not going to be like, throw it all away. That's not who I am. I say I'm a domesticated Christian because it is absolutely the truth. And some of those things I have endowed from, like I've deserted some of that drama. And I'm going to tell you right now, you should consider getting away from some of it too. You should consider that however the scripture that bothers you, that doesn't seem to be aligned with you, is not given what is given in your life, you should consider asking how that scripture should be interpreted for you. Because however you got it, you're still doing it and whatever. It was like this earlier when we had to talk about Malachi 5. I didn't, and I love the person that brought Malachi 5 up, or 3, Malachi 3 and 6. But I straight out told her, yeah, Malachi 3 and 6 is a widely misinterpreted scripture. And that is how these pastors keep people in bondage with that drama. So, no. First of all, a lot of times we don't even think about the times they was in, about really what was going on and who was they serving. I said, like, look, that was stored up for in hard times for people. Like, you guys are talking about some drama. It don't matter, because if you truly don't believe it, if that scripture was literal, there's a lot of mothers in the church that didn't get they because they've been bringing they've been bringing the tithes to the storehouse for a very long time, and they did not get the rain pour and to open up the so it can't mean that. It can't mean that. It can't mean that. It's just a whole different. It is a scripture, and it's one for us to learn from, but it don't mean that at all. And then, right, because it say that you robbed me, but you get it robbed. The scriptures say that. I'm telling you guys, I'm not trying to be funny. And those of you that still believe in that old tired system and it's working for you, let me tell you why. One day I did in the spirit, like, how come so many people give tithes and offering and they don't receive so-called blessing that poured out on them that they can't maintain? Is because they're doing it religiously. It has to really be of good cheer. When you are giving to somebody and wanting something to be received, it has to be of good cheer, because if it's not, then your frequency is going to be off. And then your frequency is going to get worse, especially if it's a loan and they don't give it back. Because I'm telling you, people that borrow money, they can't give it back. They can't. It's almost like you got to just vibrate on, yeah, I'm going to get mine back, but not from you, because I know the order. I know the order. I know the cause and effect. I know giving is the same as receiving. So I know that I gave to you. I might not never get it back from you, but I'm going to get it back. So it doesn't matter. And if they give it back, great, type thing, right? Because giving is receiving. And when you understand that, you don't have a problem in giving, because you know you're going to get it back. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem in that. That's how it works. And so in that, y'all guys, get rid of some of that and really define your self-worth. What are you worth? What are you worth? What are you worth? What do you say you worth? Stop giving discounts on your worth too. Don't give any more discounts. Anybody under the sound of my voice? That's what we say in church, right? Stop giving discounts on your worth. Risa, come on now. Enlighten the husband. Just say, all you got to do is say, look what I heard today. Leave it at that. That's it. All you got to do is plant the seed. It ain't your job to convince anybody of anything. They need to take action if they want to take action. And so you need to see them how you want them to be seen. And that's that. Define your self-worth, people. So when you look in the mirror and that mirror is staring back at you, the man in the mirror, you got to start with the man in the mirror. Who seen Michael Jackson? Look, cousin, let me tell you something. We ain't too far from being the exact same people. As far as that goes, I'm a little off the cuff, and simply because I wasn't as. Oh, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. You're gonna love it, cousin. I wasn't as indoctrinated as you. Although I did get a lot of it, to the point of it didn't take much for me, because it was my granny that did it, right? And I love my grandmother. And my cousin was a bit young when my grandmother passed away, because I believe my cousin might be 5 years younger than me. Or 4, somewhere around up in there. And so he didn't really get any of that, because she passed away when I was 8. But I got it from her. I got dragged to church by my grandmother. I remember going into the basement of the church and where the food was, you know what I mean? Because you was there from can to can't. You went in the morning and you had to come out. And so even though my mom was in the military, y'all, I would find churches when my mama wouldn't. I would be like, oh, it's a church right there on the corner, because grandma said we got to be a part of a church. And I would go to church. She was 5 when you died. Okay. So we 3 years apart then. What are you, 53, cousin? And what have you? You know what I'm saying? I said I did get smacked in the mouth by my grandmother for talking during church and asking questions. But I'm gonna tell you the one thing that lady taught me. You 50. And so you 6 years younger than me. You couldn't have been 5 then, love. That would have made me 10, and I definitely wasn't 10. 11, somewhere around up there. I was like 8. You were younger than that. I might be off. No, I can't be off. I know how old I was. We were living in Puerto Rico. So I know how old I was. I was like 7, 8, around up in there when Granny passed. Yeah, you were younger than that, for sure. Because that would have made me like, and I wasn't that old. I was still a baby myself. Um, so yeah, and so that's why I try to say I understand how hard it is sometimes to get away from some of it because of the person that told you that this was what it was. But the other thing my granny taught me about was cults and stuff like that. She told me don't be y'all wrapped up to anybody that's on no pulpit saying anything. We used to have to watch that Jim Jones every year because she had friends that went over there and was transitioned because of that. So she also did that, sat us in front of the TV and said, "Oh, the pulpit is not the person that you reverence," type thing. So I've never been one of those either. Mm-mm. You ain't got nothing to do with me. So some of the good things that you was taught, hold on to them. Some of the things that you just don't do it. Okay. I truly appreciate y'all. And yeah, if y'all haven't seen that, no, I'm not Risa. I'm telling you, like, um, you can't be pedestaling these pastors. You get caught up pedestaling these pastors because a lot of times you're gonna find out some stuff that you ain't gonna too much like. And then you know what? Spirit of the Lord allowed me to see some things that maybe I needed to see in the times I seen. I had a friend who had a heart condition, and when he went to the church, and he went to this church and paying tithes, went to this church faithfully every Sunday, had invited me to the church. This was before I found my home church where I'm at now, that I've been at forever. Invited me to the church and everything. And I was like, okay, I'll go to your church, a Missionary Baptist Church. That was the name of the church, y'all. And so he ended up with a heart condition, and he needed this medication that was like very high for him to buy. And he goes to the church where his mother sits on she wanted the mothers of the church and all of this stuff to help pay for his one of his medications for the month because he didn't have it all. They denied to help him with that. He passed away. And I ain't gonna put it all on them, but at the end of the day, they wasn't willing to help somebody that had been tithing faithfully at their church, going to their church, inviting people to their church, all of that drama. Mine had that in the title. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Risa? Anywho, why was I telling that story? I don't even know why I was telling that story, but that, because I was talking to Risa about my grandmother telling me not to put pastors on pedestals. That's not God type thing. Trust me, right? And just over the years, I have been shown some really shady stuff by some people that should have been loving on you that just wasn't. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place of experience. Oh, your church was called Missionary Baptist too. Oh yeah. I think that's a common name for Baptist churches. So I just think that's like the Missionary Baptist. I think that's a common name for churches, but that was the name of that church. I'll never forget it. Church right there is on Imperial in Vermont, next to Christian Palace. So a small church right next to that Christian Palace church, if you're familiar with that area. That was the church. And the church is still there. And that was the church that refused to help my homie buy his medicine, his heart medicine, and he passed away that very month of their refusal to help him. So, and it wasn't a high. It was like, I don't know, $500 or $600, but you know, that is a lot of money, especially in the 90s. That was like the early 90s or something. No, actually early 90s. So, but anywho, y'all, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guess what? I'm going to play y'all my song before we get up out of here, the theme song. I have made it the one I believe that I want us to go with. So this is it.
We consciously be no labels, just growth.
Y'all tell me what y'all think now.
Domesticated me, journey space where we elevate. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment. Welcome to the space where we elevate. Yeah, tap in. We consciously free. Rise up, tap in. It's domesticating me. Rise up, tap in. We consciously free. Rise up, tap in. It's domesticating me.
Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. And if you are watching the replay, you see how live it got up in here, and you should be part of our conversation too. That is our new theme song for this channel. And
Rise up,
thank you, Risa. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Nia. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for the response on it. This is the one I chose. They all got a bop to it, but this one got like a little bop to it. Like I really like the
It's domesticated me. We rise, we heal, we consciously be. No labels,
y'all go back
just grow.
and comment on this video for me as soon as we start the live stream.
Domesticated
Make a
me.
comment for me. We want to continue to try to build this
Journey
community.
talking
And
all the walks,
yes,
seeking mind, body, and
I
soul.
told y'all what I heard earlier this year is
Welcome to the space
you gotta
where we
ask this young
elevate.
lady. You just can't be expecting people to do it. You gotta like it. I know I like it. Yeah, so we gotta make it.
Welcome to the space where we elevate.
Dad,
Rise up,
ask me, why are y'all doing that?
we consciously
Oh,
free.
y'all.
Rise up,
I'm not doing
tap
I'm not
in.
choice. I'm gonna have to go back and listen
It's
again.
domesticated me.
Goodness gracious. Somebody in here and Nia not to do that. That we made a choice. It's up. Tap in. Ah.
We rise, we heal,
Okay, yeah. Nia,
we
I do apologize for living rent free in your head. Like I really do. I do apologize for that. When you told me that the other day that you couldn't get it out of your head, I do apologize for that.
domesticated me. Journey talking all the walks, seeking mind, body, and soul
You
alignment.
get the vibe.
Welcome to the space
Right? So
where
when
we
you leave out of here,
elevate.
you're vibrating on a certain frequency.
Journey
It's all
talking
good. It's
all
all
the
love.
walks, seeking mind, body, and soul alignment.
It's all
Welcome
coming
to the
together.
space where we
And I feel that.
elevate.
I'm on the end of that thing.
Tap
You
in,
on the end of that thing? It's not.
we consciously free.
Y'all think it is. You gotta be childlike. You made it so damn self that you go do what it wants to. In your Hot Wheel car,
Domesticated
your
me.
imagination, put yourself where you want to be, and get set
Tap in,
like Martin said.
we consciously free.
Hi, y'all.
Rise up, tap in. It's domesticated me.
Oh, y'all. And then, you guys are interested in StreamYard, there is a link that you can grab. There is a free version, y'all. So there you go there. Peace, deuces. Love y'all.